Okay, so I'm using my the normal mapping, right? So if you want to use ninth mapping, what you have to do is that you come to settings. Can you see that? Click on the settings, you select options. So under the options, you come to general, right? So you come down to where we have application. Under the application, if you come here, right hand side, we have default. If you don't want the default,
I'm not following you.
Please, where are you?
Yeah, I have opened the system.
Can you see the pop-up my screen where I'm showing you? What can you see on my screen now? What can you see?
Yeah, I can see the same thing on my own.
Okay, so please, I will encourage that for now, we just try to mute our microphones and follow. When we are getting to the latter part, if you don't understand something, you ask. If we are going to be coming in with our question, we will not be able to make progress. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So when you come down under the application, you see on the right-hand side, we have UI team, QGIS start required. Okay, so you can choose ninth mapping here, and the interface will change to ninth. It will change to black or it will blend with the gray. When you change it, you have to restart your QGIS before it will take effect. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So I prefer the ninth mapping. When I'm doing that, it's improved visibility. Since you guys were complaining that you couldn't see, that's why I've changed it back to default. Okay, so yesterday we added two shapefile. I just want to repeat that for those of us who were finding it difficult to do it, to also follow. So the first thing we have to do is to click on the project, go to save as, save our project as Ghana cities, right? Ghana cities. So you choose the folder you want to save it in. Name it as Ghana cities. So once you are done with that, at the top here, untitled is gone and it has now been replaced with what? Ghana cities. So the next thing we're supposed to do is to add the Ghana district shapefile. And by adding that, you have to come to where? So you say you click on layer and you select where? Data source manager. When you have this, you're going to add the shapefile, which is a vector file. You click on the vector. Now you come here, vector data set, you click on the three dots here, open to the folder that you have your data stored in. So my data is here, right? So you navigate and choose Ghana district shapefile. Here, that is the Ghana district.shp. Please make sure you add that one is the shapefile. So I'll select it and I'll click open. Once I click on open, I'll click add here. So it's added to my data. So now I can close and I see. So now we have the Ghana district shapefile added. Now I'm supposed to go back again and add Ghana district capitals. Follow the same process. Follow the same process again. And come there, choose Ghana district capital. It's also here. I'll click pin and click on what add. So it's also added. Are we together? Can I proceed?
Yes, please.
Okay. Now that is the best way of adding shapefile, right? But there's also another way of adding. That is the easiest, but that one is not the best way to add shapefiles as a beginner, because when you're going to add CSV files or KML files and you use the same method, it will not work like shapefiles. So now I'm going to take off shapefiles. I'll show you how to add them using that same method. So it's yesterday I told you that under the browser here, have this called favorites, right? So if you want to connect your folder to it, let me take it off and add it so that those who are not here can follow. Now, favorite here is of the shapefiles or the folder that we have our data saved in. We can connect that folder to the favorites here. So whenever we want to add something from it, we can easily add it from here. Is that okay? So now, all I have to do is to come to the favorites, you right click, and you choose, you open what? Add directly. Then you navigate to your folder, shapefile that contains your data. Then you go and select it. So mine is on the desktop. I'll click on the desktop. I'll navigate to where it is. And then it's here. I'll select it. Then click select folder. So now it's added. When I expand here, you can see it here. Have the training data. Can you see it?
Yes.
It's added here. So now I can expand it. If I click on the chip here, it will be expanded. So you can see the data in there. So this is the data. Everything is in. Can you see the data? So now we have the Ghana district shapefile is here. We all see it. So what I'll have to do, just click, drag it, drop here. It will be added. Same thing to the Ghana district capital. You select it, click and hold, drag it, and drop here. It's added simply, unlike following the method we use. Are we together?
Yes, please.
Okay. So now, once you are done with this, we are moving on to the next step. So yesterday I told you that you right click on the Ghana district, you go to attribute table.
Hello.
Can you see the attribute table shown here?
Yes.
Can't hear anything.
You can't hear. See that all of you cannot hear, or it's from one person. Please. The rest of you, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay, then maybe it's from your internet. Yeah. So when you right click the Ghana district capital, and you go to attribute table, you can see we have the name of the district capital there. So this is Ofinso district. Capital is what? Ofinso. Population for 2010, the capital. So the population of the capital, which is 2,908. Okay. So that is what is in the attribute table. So what we have here is called doc attribute table. Can you see? So when I click on it, the attribute table will not be shown here. It will not be fit into this content. It will take the entire screen. Right? When I also dock it back, it will fit into the system like this. So that is why I was telling you about the version I was using yesterday. It wasn't having the dock. So when it expands, or you guys were finding it difficult to see because it was outside the main QGIS interface. Is that okay? So now,
Yes.
so once we are done with this, the next thing we are supposed to do is we are supposed to filter our data, filter and extract the data. So now we have the district. So what we see here, the district capital, all found within various districts. Now we want to do a map showing the districts that have population of more than 20,000, right? So we only show those district capitals here. So if a district is here, and then population was not more than 20,000, it means that district not shown here. Okay. And now there are so many ways we can do that. So first of all, we have to go into the layer that contains the district capital. So now we have what we call here, you can see select features by value. We all see that. Select features by value. Can we see it?
Yes.
Okay. So now make sure you select the highlighted. You select the Ghana district capital. That shapefile is selected. Then you come and expand, select features by value. So when you click on it, we have what? Select features by expression. Select all features. We don't want to select by expression. We want to select by value. So you click on that. So select features by value means that you want to select some certain features by inputting a certain number, a certain value that it can go into the shapefile and return features of that value for us. So now what you see here is the features in the attribute table. So all these are column headers that was shown in the attribute table. Can you relate that? So you have the population of the capital here. Can you see that? So now we want to go in there, see what we have here, population of the capital. I want to expand this and say select features that has population more than what? Or greater than a certain number. So we say this. So we are going to select population or cities that has population greater than a certain number. So we'll type 20,000 in here. Please, when you are typing in numbers here, do not add comma to separate 20,000. Just type it in like that. So once you are done that, then click close, right? Or you click on select features. So the features will be selected first before you close. So once you select, you can see that on the map, what is highlighted with the yellow color are the cities that have population more than 20,000 as at the 2010 population housing census. Are we together?
Yes.
So once you are done with that, then you close. Now, we also have another way we can select that, right? Maybe let me show you that way too. So now I'm going to add all the selected features for now. So you right click the same, right, and go to the attribute table. So you can see that the ones selected have been highlighted here. Can you see that here? So every highlighted city here has population more than 20,000. So you can see Tekima 25,200. That's the ones highlighted. And now, if you want to sort the population in here or the values in here, just double click on the column header. It will sort it for you. So by default, it has sorted it in what? From lowest to highest. Can we see? So when you scroll down, you realize that those with population of less than 20,000 and above have been highlighted. Are we together?
Yes.
Okay. So now with those selected here, we want to what? Select all. What has been selected here? I want to clear it. Use another method. You can see on the map that those selected have been highlighted by what? With a yellow symbol. Okay. I'm going to clear them. I don't want to say. I want to show you a different method of selecting again. So I'll click here. Everything is unselected. Are we together? Are we together?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now back select. Do the same selection by using another method. So that the first method we use was what? We selected using what? Value. Now we are going to select by what? Expression. Select by expression. It's just like SQL, how we do it in those of you who deal with Microsoft Excel, use SQL, the same method, or those into program. So now we are going to write an expression here to select the features for us, just like we did by select with value. Okay. So now we'll come here. See what we have here is called fields and values. Here you come to your right hand side. You have fields and value. To expand that. So you see you have the column headers or the features stored in the attribute table. Remember I told that the attribute table is like an Excel that stores the data or information about the shapefile. So now what we want to select is inside what? The that's the population of capital. So you come there, double click. So you see in the expression box where we write the expression, you see it's highlighted in there, right? Can we see
Yes.
the so the double quote we have there is like a container that contains or that stores the population, that column header there. So once you do that, then we come under. See, we have equal to, we have plus, we have minus, we have division, we have multiply as a star. Then we have this one is like a superscript. If you want to square something, right? You use that. So now we choose equal to population equal to what? Now we are not using equal to, we are using more than. So that means that we will not select equal to, we use more than, right? So if you don't have it in here to select, it's on your keyboard, then you just have to pick it from there. So you type the symbol there. Okay. Okay. Of more than what? 20,000, right? Then you type your
Yes.
20,000 there. Please do not add the comma to separate the values. Just type it in as it is. Right? Put together. So once you are done with that, you come down. So you can always reduce the size of this so that you can see what you are doing in there. So I've resized it. So once you are done, you click select features. You can see that our features too have been selected again.
Yes.
Is that okay? So you can always use this method. If you don't want to use the other one, you can always use this one. Right? Can we proceed?
Yes, please.
Okay. There's another method again you can
Please,
select
can you go over this method for us?
that. So we are going to select by what? Expression. So you come here, everything, expand this. Then you choose what? Select features by expression. So now you have this. This is the expression box where you type your expression in. You type what you want. It's like a code, right? Then you type the code in there, and the code will go into the system and pick the population for you. So when you come in here, the right hand side, we have features here, right? We have this called fields and values. Go and select that one, expand it to show you features contained in the attribute table. So rather in the attribute table, we have here population of capitals, PopCap, right? So we are going to choose the population of capitals here, then write a code or instruct it, go in there and select cities that have population more than 20,000 for us. Wow, our Zoom is 1 hour that we have 10 minutes to go. So I've scheduled another meeting again. So when this meeting ends, I'll go and share that link again with you. But there will be 5 minutes interval when this one ends with that one. So I'll share that link with you, and then please you kindly join quickly again, and we'll be able to continue. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, so you come here, we have PopCap here. Then you double click, and it's added to the expression box. Now we want to select city that has population of what? 20,000 of more than 20,000, right? So any city that its population is 19,000 and something will not be shown, but any city with population 20,000, 25,000, 100,000, 200,000 will be shown. So you can see currently in the map all the capital cities of Ghana as of 20 and of the district, they are all shown. So you can see the number of cities here. There are many. If you want to know the number of points here, let's come back to the shapefile. The shapefile is here. Select it, right click the shapefile, then you come here. You have show feature count. I click on it to tell me the number of cities in there, so you can see 110. That means that when you go into the attribute table, the features are 110. You can also see it at the top here, 110. Okay. And when you select some features, to return it here. So now we haven't selected a feature. When we are done selecting a feature, it will be shown here. Okay. So let's proceed. So now when I double click population of capital, it will show here. Then now I will type on my keyboard greater than, right? I'll type the greater than symbol. So once I type that, then after that you space and you type 20,000. So once you type 20,000, now you are telling that it should select population of cities, that cities, it should return cities with population more than 20,000 and hide the other one, right? That is what we are going to extract from that. So once you select this, you click on select here. So you can see that on the map, they are telling that selecting 25 features. You see, that means that we have 25 cities that has population more than 20,000 as at the 2010 population housing census. So once you are done with that, close. Can we proceed?
Yes, please.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just want to ask a question. Can you use Python codes to generate all these things?
Yes, you can use that.
Okay.
You can use that. We have the Python extension. You see the top here, we have the processing, right? So we have Python. You can integrate the Python. I think it's there. It's here. Can you see it here? Python console. Can you see it?
Okay.
So you can use Python. I think you can even decide not to use QGIS. You can just use Python to work with GIS throughout. So those of you who are very good in Python, I think myself, that is what I'm now doing now. I'm now learning Python and trying to use Python to automate GIS. So if you know
So
Python,
easy.
it's a plus. It's a plus. At first, we didn't know the importance of this. So when I was having enough time, I was supposed to have been learning these things long ago. But now all the GIS setups, they have now been automated. So if you know Python 2 is good for you, right? But mostly you need that if you are into GIS. Let's say your work is only GIS, right? See, we have people that do their courses or study GIS. So for them, always they work with GIS. But if you are environmental scientist, you are a civil engineer, you are doing other things, that will mean that you don't need GIS only, but you need it for a certain level. So you leave GIS to the GIS professionals and also integrate the part that you need into your field, right? So if you are thinking about learning Python and then learning that very well and using that, that means that you should be thinking about changing your profession. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now we want the selected cities to show. So now we have to go back to our shapefile. Well, we have selected them now. Then right click. After right clicking, you come to export. You come to export, then you come to save selected features as. Save selected features as. You select that. So now we are going to save a shapefile that will contain only the selected features. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. So now, by default, this is what we have. So make sure it's always on what? Shapefile. That's what we want to save it to. So if you click here, you see we have so many formats. You can save it as a CSV. You can save it as ML. You can save it as GeoPackage. You can save it as so many data files, right? What we want to save here is that we want to save it as shapefile. If you also want to save it as GeoPackage, this stage to work for you, very fine. But we don't want to save that. So you select shapefile. And now, right now, we are working with WGS 1984 UTM zone 30. I don't know if you are familiar with these things. We have the longitude and latitude, every country and its geographic position. For now, in order not to worry you much, let's just know that here you are supposed to select WGS 1984 UTM zone 30. So if here the CRS, coordinate reference system, because you don't have it, click on the globe here. So let's say click on that. You have a drop down, a select feature here. You can type it in there, or you can zoom in to select it. So if you want to select what? WGS. Once you type WGS, you see all those with WGS will show. Make sure you select WGS 1984 UTM zone 30. If you select the other thing, your map location will not be accurate. It can even be located in a different country. It can even be in Asia, or it can even be in Europe, because we are dealing with spatial data. We are dealing with coordinates here, and you should work with the right coordinate system. So you make sure you select WGS 1984 UTM zone 30. Is that okay? So you select it and you click OK. Now, we are going to save the selected feature. Now we want to save it into the file. So file name, you click on the browser and navigate to the folder you want to save it in. So we want to save it in the training data. And now we are going to name it as Ghana District Capital, right? Or we are going to name it as populated capital, because we are selecting cities with population more than 20,000. So we are going to name it as populated capitals. Populated capitals. We together. And leave here default. Don't change it. Just leave there. Save as type as default. You click OK. Right. So once you are done with that, you come down here and click OK. So you see a new layer will be added to your layer. That is it. Populated capital. So now, if you want to see it well, turn off the Ghana District Capital. You can see it, or change the color of it. So now when I turn off the Ghana District Capital, I can now see those with population of more than 20,000. They are now the only one showing. So now we want to change the color of that symbol to black so that we can see it well. So now you select it, populated capital. Check here. Can you see this? We call it layer styling panel. Click on it. Pop-up will appear on your left-hand side. This is where you can style the layer, right? So now you come here, see automatically it's on the marker. You come to the color and change the color. You
Please,
can change
can
the
you
color.
go back?
Majid.
Okay, let me go back. Let me put in a different color and go back and change it, right? Now, we want to change the color of the symbol here. What you have to do is to select it, that shapefile. After selecting it, the top here. Now, if you don't want to use that, right click on that layer and you click on what? Properties. To open the layer properties for you, right? When you open the layer property, you come to symbology, and that is where you can change the color. What I did was this, because that is a long process. Once it's selected, you just check the top there, the shortcut, the symbology there called the layer styling. You see it. Open the layer styling. When you see it here, just click on that and to open the panel for you. So once it opens, you can see that we have a marker and simple marker. This is the symbol of it, the color. You can change the color, you can change the size of the symbol there. So now it's there. So I'm going to
Recording in progress.
okay, please let's all mute ourselves so that we don't have the echo. Okay, so now I'm going to delete this shapefile. So now if you have a shapefile and you want to delete it, you just select it. Check up here, you can see this square with a red symbol, right? That is remove layer. When I click on that, the layer will be removed. Okay. Now we have our selected population. We now want to have a shapefile, but they are still inside the shapefile, Ghana district capital, which contains about 110 features. But we want to extract that one out to be a layer on its own. So all that I have to do is to come and select that shapefile. Right click on it. Come to export. When you come to the export, you realize that we have here save selected features as. To them that the features that have been selected, save selected features as. So you can choose there to now save it in a format that you want it to be. So I'll click on that. And now leave the default as shapefile. You come here, we have file name. You navigate to your folder and choose where you want to save it. So I want to save it here. So I told you that we should save it as what? What was the name we gave to it? Populated capitals, right? So populated capitals. Okay, so that is the name. So rather, because I already have it existing, it will tell me that that name is already existing. So I'll click save. Now you come to CRS. CRS means coordinate reference system. You have to define the coordinate reference system to show where our country is. That is where Ghana is located. So we have to define that. So now we are supposed to click on the CRS system, the globe symbol here. Click on that. And now you come and down here. Can you see we have coordinate reference systems here? There are many. Let me try and expand this more so that we can see. Okay, they are here. So you can see down here. Let me expand this. Can you see the pop-up window? I'm showing you. Can you see the pop-up window I'm showing you?
Yes.
Okay, so now you can see in here, we all see Ghana. Where Ghana is located.
Yes.
Can you see? Yes. Because I've already set my coordinates references. So you can see that this coordinates is WGS 1984 UTM zone 30, and that is where Ghana passes through. UTM means Universal Traverse Indicator. So now every country and where and its coordinate system. So now, let's look at what is going to happen here if I pick a different one. So now I'm going to pick WGS 1984 UTM zone 33. And you see where it's located. So now if you select this, your coordinate reference system, that means that at the end, the map will go and we'll go and be in this country. Which country is that? I think we have Nigeria here, and we also have another country here. I don't know which country is that. Do you get the concept here?
Yes.
If I should also pick zone 40 south, look at where it is. So part of it is in the sea. That is what a lot of people dealing with giants, they are always struggling with. So make sure you deal with the right coordinate system. So now Ghana, we deal with WGS 1984 UTM zone 30. So make sure you search for that. WGS means that World Geodetic System 1984. This World Geodetic System was designed in 1984. Universal Traverse Mercator zone 30 north, not south. If you pick zone 30 south, the same thing, right? So this is zone 30 south. So let me pick zone 30 south. You see what will happen. See where it is. Getting opposite under Ghana. So when I pick 30 north, and it's around where Ghana is. This is even 31, so it's not accurate. You have 30 here. When I pick that, this is where Ghana falls, right? So once you pick that, you click OK. And that one is that's the CIS. So once you are done, you click on OK. Don't do another thing again. Just click OK. So now you see, because I already have the shape file saved with that same name, they tell me that the layer already exists. Do you want to override the whole file or append features to the layer? I say override. That means I want this one to go and replace the one that is already existing. Is that okay? So now we have it added here. So see, there will be a pop-up at the top showing you that successful saved vector layer to the folder is saved. You save in the training picture. I hope we are together. So now we now have our populated cities added. Now we want to change the color of our populated cities to red, right? So now, and also include the size. So you select it, click on the layer panel here to open a pop-up window for you. That's the layer styling. That's where you can change the color, the symbol size, the symbol color, the width, and things like that. So now it's here by default on the marker. So I want to change the color here to what? Red. I want to pick red. So the color wheel here, you can play around to choose the color that you want. So I want red, I'll pick red. So you can see that on the map, the red is now showing. If you also come down here, we have opacity. You can show the symbol opacity. So now it's currently set to 100. Maybe I want to change it, the opacity to something else. So let me say I want to make it like 82. Now we also have the symbol size here. Currently is 2. I want to make it 5. Can we see it on the map?
Yes.
Yes. So once you are done with that, you can close the panel now. So now we can take off the Ghana district capital. Don't need that shape file now. Now we are dealing with capital cities that has population more than 20,000 as at 2010. Now the Ghana district, which is our layer, so each of these falls within the various districts. Now we want to change the color of the district to let's say ash. So I'll click on it, I'll select it, open the layer styling panel again. Then come see this one is a polygon, it's not a point. District population capital was a, and that's why it's like a circular. And this one is a polygon. Now I want to change the color to ash. So you can use this to select ash color like this. Yes. So we are done. Is that okay? So now we are done with the first part. Remember, yes, sir.
If you want to change the outline,
Outline of what?
the polygon visual.
You follow the same process of that we used to change the capital. You just select it, go to layer style, then you can change it from here. I will encourage that some of the steps you see right now. By now we are done with 10 minutes of the meeting again, and when we are done with this 40 minutes, that will be tomorrow again that we'll meet. So maybe if you take the video later, you can follow. If I've bypassed something, you can watch and you follow. Is that okay? So that we'll be able to save time. Am I okay? Okay. So let's proceed. So now we are done with this first part. We have extracted the data. It's now left with us to style our map to make sure that the map can be communicated. Now, When we go into the attribute table, so let's click on the populated capitals. Go to the attribute table, right click, you open the attribute table. You can see that now we now have only 25 features shown in the attribute table because we have extracted that from the mothership file, which is the Ghana district. So now it has returned to us the only district capitals in Ghana with population 20,000 and above. So we have Konongo, we have Kumasi, Obuasi, Brekum, and the like. Is that okay? Now,
Yes.
you can also see that the district, their names are shown. What's the name of the capitals? So we can show the names of the capitals on the map. We can name them, label our features on the map so that when I see this point, I know which district capital is that. So if you want to do that, same way, you right click on that shape file. You come here, we have show labels. Can you see that show labels? You click on that. So now you can see that the names of the districts are all shown. The names of the towns or the cities are shown. Yes. Okay. So now we want to style
Hello.
our. Yes, sir.
My question is, can't we color the boundaries of? Is there a way we can color? For instance, we have Yendi. Is there a way we can color the boundaries of Yendi? Is there a way we can change those colors so that maybe all those ones, which is the years are 20, the population is 20,000 above, will be maybe green? Is there a way to do that?
To color the parts with 20,000 above. Yes,
Yes.
we can. There's a way we can do that. We can show each of the districts. You mean using different color to show every district?
No, the districts that have the population that we have sorted them out, can we color them with a particular color so that it will be different from the others?
From the main one, yes. We can do that. We can just select them and we can do that. Like if I add the other shape, you can see the other ones are shown. The district with those ones too can also be shown. Is that okay?
Okay.
Can do that. So now we now want to make sure that our map can be communicated. So the next thing we are supposed to do now is we are now going to be using the styling, the layer styling. That's where you see a map. When you do a map, the map should be able to communicate. When people take the map, they should be able to read it and understand. So that is what we are now coming to do. So now select the populated capitals again. Then you go to the layer styling. That is where we are now going to be doing everything. So that is what we call symbolizing our features to communicate what we want for us. Are we together?
Yes.
Okay. So now when we come here to here we have different type of layers. Now we are using single symbol. So if you expand this, rather we have graduated symbols, we have categorized, we have rule based. We are dealing with single symbols, so you leave it there as default. But we are going to style this to feature into what we want. So now the next thing we are going to do is that now we want to know which of the cities that have population 20,000 and above. Maybe some too, their population is about 30,000 and above, some 40,000, 50,000. So we want to show something on the map that it can show the various populations, so which one population is more than the other. And that is what we call the proportional circles. Is that okay?
Okay.
So now, in order to do that, realize that for now, what we have here inside the cities. Okay. So what we have here is what? We have the marker. We also have the simple marker. As I told you that when you come down here, you can change the size and other features that we will talk about later. But for now, let's just deal with this one for now. So to take it for the last time, I'm going to open the layers panel to style this. Select the populated capitals. Then you click and open the layer styling here. Okay, make sure it's on what? Single symbol. Now, when you come down here on the layer styling, you have different symbols. You can use this to style your layer if you want to use star on it, if you want to use love, instead of using the point. If you want to use plus, you can choose any of them and to show. Is that okay? And if you also come to the marker, we have default symbols. If you are dealing with hospital, if you are dealing with PWDs, right? The symbols are also here. You can use any of them to show what you are doing. When you choose any of them, it will be shown on the map. But I'm not interested in this. If I pick the star like this, you see that is what is shown on the map. If I also pick this green symbol, it will be shown on the map. If I should also pick the PWDs, it will be shown on the map. But we are not interested in any of them. I just want the single dot to show. Are we together? Now, so now when you come down, when you scroll down here, make sure it's on the marker. When you scroll down here, that's what we call advanced. Advanced, can you see it? We are going to use the advanced to design the proportional circles to show the various cities category, the population on the map. So you click on the advanced, we have what you call